A bizarre thing is happening lately in the world of celebrity. Many celebs have come forward during some recent interviews and actually said that they don't shower. Well, not really, they just don't do it as much as you would expect them to. Plus, we've got some other anecdotal stories of celebs that just have some pretty bad personal hygiene routines as well. I'm gonna break down all these stinky celebrity influencers in just a moment, but first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Coming number 10, Snooki. This one actually made me lose my appetite a bit, so if you're eating something while watching this, please brace yourself or set it aside. During an episode of Conan back in 2011, Snooki revealed her beauty secrets when it comes to exfoliating. Due to her not wanting to pay for a lot of expensive spa treatments, she supplements this by rubbing cat litter on her face. Yes, cat litter. Just let that sink in a bit. Not the cat litter, the idea that Snooki is doing this. The Jersey Shore already had a bit of a gross reputation, but this is too far even for them. I guess she just googled what a cheap replacement for spa facials would be and ended up on cat litter, which just has to be a troll of some kind, right? Because it all seems just so crazy. I mean, if she has enough money for a walk-in closet, I think she can afford a more sanitary and perhaps, I don't know, human-friendly exfoliant? Please correct me if I'm wrong in those comments down below though. Coming number 9, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. During a recent episode of Dax Shepard's podcast called Armchair Expert, Mila and Ashton revealed that they don't believe in bathing their kids with soap every day. The subject came up as Dax discussed this with his co-host Monica about how much they shower. When Dax said that she should not be showering with soap every day, Kunis and Kutcher agreed. When Monica asked Mila though who taught her not to wash, Mila replied that she didn't have a lot of hot water growing up as a child, so she didn't shower much anyways, adding, "But when I had children, I also didn't wash them every day. I wasn't that parent that bathed my newborns ever." With Ashton clarifying that point by saying, "Now here's the thing, if you can see the dirt on them, clean them, otherwise there's no point." Even with this way of life though, both celebs said that they wash their face and private parts every day. Thank God. Coming to break, Robert Pattinson. Pattinson, the Twilight star and new Batman, once told a UK tabloid that his schedule was so hectic that he would not even have a chance to wash or change his clothes. Instead, he would wait until it got to the point where even he couldn't stand the smell around him, which is pretty selfish when you think about it, especially for the position that he's in. I mean, this guy has to come into contact with so many people when he's filming a movie, people that have no choice but to put up with his pungent odors. This was exactly the case when he was on the set of Twilight. A lot of the cast and crew members have spoken up and said that Robert's body odor would drive them crazy because he smelled so terrible. Not only does he always look like he just rolled out of bed, but his hair looks as if it's never been washed, and turns out that's true as well. Pattinson has even said that he doesn't really see the point in washing his hair, and according to interviews, he's gone as long as 6 weeks without washing his hair with shampoo. Coming number 7, Zac Efron. A source from the set of High School Musical 3 exposed Zac Efron's bad hygiene to Star magazine and said, "Zac isn't a big fan of showering, it's so gross because Zac loves to work out and plays basketball all the time and then goes days without showering. I mean, ew." The source then continued by saying that when he gets lazy, he just likes to use baby wipes to clean himself, which at least is a step in the right direction. I mean, missing showers feels like a bad idea, but at least he's trying with the wipes. Although some people speculate that this lack of showering could have stemmed from some past trauma. In 2017, during an interview with Refinery29, Efron recalled a time where he had just discovered cologne while shopping with his mom. He loaded up on way too much of it, thinking that it would make him smell great, but instead he smelled so bad that he was actually sent home from school and ordered to take a shower. Remember people, when it comes to cologne or perfume, less is more. Coming number 6, Kristen Bell. After Ashton and Mila appeared on her husband's podcast and said that they didn't bathe their children unless they see dirt on them, Kristen Bell decided to come to their defense, mainly because people were really raking them over the coals on this subject. While appearing on The View, Kristen admitted that she also had a similar method of parenting. During the interview, she said, "I'm a big fan of waiting for the stink. Once you catch a whiff, that's biology's way of letting you know you need to clean it up. There's a red flag, honestly it's just bacteria. Once you get bacteria, you gotta be like, get in the tub or the shower. So I don't hate what Kunis and Kutcher are doing, I wait for the stink." Again, at least they're admitting that they still do shower sometimes, but just when they smell the stink, as she so eloquently puts it. Coming number 5, Matthew McConaughey. Matthew kind of shocked a lot of people when he said that he hasn't worn deodorant in 20 years. I mean, I know it's not great for you, but sometimes you need a little bit of deodorant. Back in 2008, his Fool's Gold co-star Kate Hudson even offered up her own deodorant because he smelled so bad. Apparently, after refusing her offer, he told her that women love his natural scent and then declared that he smelled like a man. I guess his bad personal hygiene has more to do with his identity than anything else. He has said that he doesn't even wear cologne because his mother once told him that his natural scent was unique. He claims to take multiple showers a day but doesn't like to smell like someone or something else. Remember, unique isn't always good. Coming number 4, Brad Pitt. Similar to Zac Efron, Brad Pitt also uses baby wipes to keep himself clean. Eli Roth, who co-starred with Brad in the film Inglourious Basterds, also echoed this by telling People magazine about the interesting hygiene advice that he had offered him. Roth goes on to say, he shared that when you're sweating and you don't have time to take a shower, you just take a baby wipe and rub it under your armpits. And if there's any guy that should be taking care of his pits, you'd think it would be Brad Pitt. Eli though goes on to talk about Brad's justification for not showering much and said, I got 6 kids. All you've got to do is just take them, a couple quick wipes under the pits. Man, I'm getting peed on all day. I don't have time to take a shower. Nah, dude, that is the exact reason you need to take a shower. He really said he's getting peed on all day, and so that means no shower? What a time to be alive. Coming number 3, Shia LaBeouf. Shia had a big role in Sia's music video called Elastic Heart opposite Dance Mom star Maddie Ziegler. According to Maddie, Shia smelled really bad during the filming of this controversial music video. The 12-year-old told Entertainment Tonight that she kept trying to give him hand wipes because of how dirty his hands were. On top of that account, Shia also displayed bad personal hygiene when he was in the film Fury. I guess he was so dedicated to his character that he went through some really gross habits to relate more to the World War II soldier. A source from on the set reported to the Daily Mail that he actually pulled his own tooth out during the first few weeks of filming. He then refused to shower for weeks on end so that he could understand the stench of living in the trenches. Although most of that behavior continued even after filming the movie, and so many just believe that he just doesn't really care about his hygiene whatsoever.
It was gross because we were dirty and I had to bite his dirty hands. I was so dirty I kept wiping myself off and I kept handing them to Shia. He's like, I don't need them. Like, yes you do. You need them.
Coming number 2, Kesha. Back when Kesha began her career in music and her overall pop persona, she really took off with that song TikTok. Not the platform, the song. In the song, she mentions brushing her teeth with a bottle of Jack, which doesn't sound too sanitary to begin with. During her documentary series called My Crazy Beautiful Life, Kesha actually drank her own pee.
Right? Justify stuff like that.
It's been exposed too long. Please don't.
Ew! Why are you doing this for fun?
After her friends said that her mom went on a hike with this lady that drinks her own pee every day, Kesha for whatever reason wanted to try it. Maybe it's because she brushed her teeth with Jack Daniels and now can't make good decisions for herself. Who knows? That's just my guess. She apparently has told reporters that she smells like a hobo, and in one specific interview, she got a little bit more descriptive and said that she smelled like a shrimp in a diaper. Gross. Try picturing that. Gross. Last but certainly not least, our number 1 spot, Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake is another celebrity that I certainly did not expect to be so open with how much he doesn't shower. These celebs are really trying to make this a trend and so many people are not here for it. While speaking with Vanity Fair, Jake revealed his shower ritual, or rather lack thereof, and said, I always am baffled that loofahs come from nature. They feel like they've been made in a factory, but in fact that's just not true. Since I was young, it's amazed me. More and more I find bathing to be less necessary at times. I do believe because Elvis Costello is wonderful that good manners and bad breath get you nowhere. So I don't do that, but I do also think that there's a whole world of not bathing that is also really helpful for skin maintenance. And we naturally clean ourselves. Well, at least he's still brushing his teeth. Either way guys, that has been the top 10 influencers that don't shower, but before we get out of here, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Celebrities You Didn't Know Retired. Chris Dooley says, Angus Jones is another in a long line of child stars who seem to grow up with bizarre emotional issues. His behavior going back and forth with the show creators was just unsettling and weird AF. Yeah, there is something going on in Hollywood when every single one of these child stars ends up having some weird trajectory in life. You gotta start pointing the finger at Hollywood. Elisa Day says, glad you changed your mind about Jamie Lynn. Me too, Elisa, me too. Prep Forward says, Rick Moranis is a great man. He certainly is. Freya Blight says, what happened to Meg Ryan is why I hate people sometimes. Sometimes. It's why I hate them all the time. Robbie says, wow, I didn't know that about Rick Moranis. A lot of people didn't know that he just kind of went into seclusion. I think that's the way he wants to keep it too. But guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try.